said it was a bunch of slackers.
It is the nature of man to explore the unknown and brave the dark frontiers at the edges of the world. On this glorious day, Gabriella of Tierbrist boldly ventured onto the mysterious land beyond and returned to tell the tale. We, Haji Jirhan and Jadi Fatima, Baron and Baroness of South Downs, wish to recognize the courage of one who completed this dangerous challenge. Done the 17th day of November, Anno Societatis 47, being 2012 Gregorian. Scroll by Mistress Adela, it still needs signatures.
that was a little bit staged from the herald, I think.
This good lady, not only is it her first event with a society, she is an experienced horsewoman, but this is her first experience with the equestrian arts in the society. And we are looking forward to seeing much, much more of you.
And she won the equestrian challenge today. For anybody
As an equestrian, she got up on a horse that I wouldn't have gotten on today. The horse was hot and wasn't happy. So that was impressive. Your Excellency, I thought we were going to have a translator down there for you. Did he bail on you?
No, we opted to interpret it on our own.
Okay, fair enough. He was plumb tuckered out.
We can provide another one if you want.
Much more exciting this way.
Okay.
Meridian cross, what's that for? I think exercise on
We can always play gossip and pass it down.
And much more interesting if we take it back as our own interpretation.
Fantastic.
Directly is called before them, the event steward, Master Robin Gallowglass.
There's something inherently wrong about having the herald call himself out.
Yay!
Your Excellencies, Your Majesty, Your Highness, Your Excellencies, Your Excellencies, Your Excellencies. So we had a little event today. I believe our final count was 525. So I'd like to thank my staff. There's a few call-outs I'd like to make as I do that as well. I'd also like to thank the generosity of the merchants here today, who every single one of them were very generous in their donations for our volunteer raffle, which we'll hold tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on the field. So you all can come out to the field, help us break down, and then we'll do the raffle.
But there will be coffee and donuts.
There will also be coffee and donuts.
Promise.
Yes, there will be coffee and donuts. I would like to give their majesties and their highness some of the special thank you tokens that I had specially struck for the event.
Absolutely. Your mystical themes for opening those darn silk bottles.
First of all, I'd like to thank Master Zimone, who was my co-event steward. In addition to doing all the wonderful rapier scenarios that you had today, he was primarily there to catch me if I fell. I'd like to thank...
Yeah, he's way back.
I'd like to call out Shimon because that man works his tail off and he never claims credit. He's always in the back, secretly making sure everything happens, quietly doing so. And it's fantastic, and we appreciate all the work you do for everything that you do.
I'd like to thank Your Excellencies for entrusting me with one of our crown jewels. I'd like to thank our deputy autocrats. This was their first time on event staff. Their Excellencies asked us to take them on. They wanted to learn. Lady Alia and Lady Majda have done an exceptional job, and they are currently on in the field setting up the party for you guys later, so make sure you stop by and thank them. I'd like to thank Lord Sebastiano, who ran all the heavy fighting. I'd like to thank Lady Muriel, who did land, Lord Raymond, who did Chirurgeon, Baroness Flan, who was our royal liaison, Master Lorenzo, who was our baronial liaison, Lady Lucia, who was our site herald, Lady Gabriella, who took care of children's activities. I couldn't have done this without them. Thank you, Your Excellency. Doing this without notes.
I know.
And especially Lady Myra, who did gate for the first time and did an exceptional job. And with that, they made this job look easy. All I had to do was direct traffic.
Sebastian was also the one that was responsible for providing the castle walls.
Yes.
We usually have the gate, but he was the one who did the walls.
So we had some equestrian, we already took care of that just previously. We also had some hound coursing, and the Honorable Lady Jacasa de Anjou, if she would come up and give us a quick rundown. And I'm sure I murdered your name.
That's Jack.
I got close.
It's a court shop.
We had hound coursing today. This morning we had 5 hounds turn out, which is a fairly good turnout. Their Excellencies got together after the coursing and chose a favorite hound. Your Excellency, would you like to announce who it was?
I would. Arabella Devon's hound Serafina was a great favorite. I know Arabella is in court. Is Serafina here? I saw Reagan in the bed. I don't know if he's nice for her. Reagan?
Today was her first day coursing, and she outdid my greyhound. To break it down, she did a wonderful job. She was very energetic, and it's always beautiful to watch a dog course who wants to, who has a joy and who has a love for it. We have a token for her if you'll see me after court, just as a thank you for bringing her up. The other announcement I have is we did a silent auction today to raise money to replace and repair the Kingdom coursing equipment. We raised almost $200, which exceeded my expectations. Thank you everybody who came out and participated in the silent auction. There's a couple people, I'd like to announce their names if you would see me after court, so I can get you your winnings. Serafina, Seven Larson, Lucia de Padua, Mara Palmer, and Charmaine. If you would just find me after court, I'll be up here for a little bit and we can finish our transaction.
Thank you very much. Years past, Lady Jaquette has traveled a very long way to do this for us, and we are very grateful. It's one of my favorite things in Castle Wars.
Pull my pup away. Come on.
Come on. Silver says, but I'm making you friends. Silver says she released me. She let me go.
I also forgot to mention Mistress Larcatla, who took the absolutely wonderful lunch for Your Majesty. She's an absolutely wonderful cook. I knew she would do a bang-up job.
It was fantastic.
And there's still time to get your volunteer hours in, because in addition to the raffle, whoever has the most volunteer hours gets a really nice sword. And we'll award that tomorrow morning as well. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Majesty. So I believe you had some additional business, Your Excellency.
before this was presented at Saltari, His Excellency Iron Mountain brought in an eyewitness to these events, who saw things from a different angle. Am I mistaken by any difference? Who was there at the time?
I believe this claim that you speak of was settled well over 30 generations ago in blood and steel. And the survivors, long-lived they are, hold a different story than you seem to have found in the archives.
No, Your Majesty, the Crown's word is law. That is my understanding of this game. The Crown's word is law.
Without question, Your Majesty.
At this time, Your Majesty, I could bring a witness that was there at the time, that there would be no question to his answers to this. Yet, to do so, I need the assistance of your herald, because only the voice of their majesties can reach deep into the halls of Valhalla to bring forth the spirits.
Someone else is trying to help you.
Would you, Harold, call forth the ghost of Orlando, second in Meridies? Let's see if this works. I'm going to be impressed.
The Royal Majesties of Meridies, call forth Duke Orlando Cavalcanti, called the Wise.
Yeah, it should reach all of these.
Hey, it worked.
Wow!
Your Excellencies, Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, Your most glorious and puissant luminosities, I await your pleasure.
Oh, wise Orlando. Many, many years ago, when you were still living, a petition was brought before you in court, spoken by Sir John of the Meridies, on behalf of William Colquitt, the Baron of South Downs. There was an issue. There were grievous insults, and at that time, Louis, the Baron of Iron Mountain, did not want to go to war. South Downs, who had received these grievous injuries and injustices, demanded war. Louis did not want it. South Downs being, South Downs, we want war! And I have read the transcripts of this court. And what it says is that you saw no other solution to this but to cede Iron Mountain and all of the mundane state of Alabama to the South Downs. Oh, great and wise spirit, is this true?
I think you mistake me, sir. In my family, Orlando is a generational name, and my great-great-great-grandfather, Orlando, the second king, would tell amazing, fantastic, unbelievable stories. And I seem to remember, I know that he could deny John nothing. He was John was his knight, he was John's squire. I think it must reasonably be true. I don't really... What? Iron Mountain is yours, sir.
Oh, great and wise one. I have one other question for you that please begs an answer. Did you ever rescind your royal decree granting us Iron Mountain in Alabama?
Not with any living breath.
Thank you for your wise counsel.
What? Oh, excuse me, sir.
Thank you. Your Majesties, Your Highness, gathered excellencies and the crowd, can there be
Your Majesty, the man communes with ghosts. The Saracen with ghosts. However, I will admit this man has made threats against my lands, which I hold in your name. He did grant us safe passage.
Which you still have.
Your Excellency! Your Excellency! I was guarding your quarters, and the assassins sprang their traps. Sorry, Your Majesty, Your Excellencies. There was a casualty!
So you commune with ghosts and set traps in my home. If it is war, you won't. Because if you're confident...
He's tight.
Who's going?
Well, that's all the guards we got?
Run it out, just make sure it doesn't spill this way.
Leave to the mayor, you suck! Once you're here, the ones out there, hey, go ahead, draw weapons around the crowd, it's fine.
Good cousin, I will not spill royal blood. However... Yeah, right. And of course, they are sacred.